I say welcome to all of you. You guys are the best. Appreciate everybody here. Johnny says boxing. Let's do this, guys. It is May 21st, Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. I've been hustling for you guys. I dropped 3 Stats Don't Lie videos already this week. I'm going to get to one more. So we're back on track. We did 2 last week, 3 this week. If you haven't seen my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of the Safar fight versus Yamil, check that out. If you haven't seen my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of Catterall versus Giasov, check that out. And I just uploaded my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of Richard Torres versus Frank Sanchez. That was a fun one to break down. There's some interesting fights this weekend. You guys are going to ask me this time of the week. My film study's done. Research is done. I've given you 5 tickets so far. So all the JSB insiders, check the Patreon, check the YouTube members only section. You have 5 tickets, 6 including our quarterly long parlay that started in April. So that's still live. So it's a plus 600. We have to include that. The 5 you have so far, I haven't given a long parlay yet. I haven't given a safety net parlay yet. And I haven't picked my dog of the week yet. Now, 5 weeks ago, if you remember, I didn't pick a dog of the week. So I'm still waiting for my book to open up to give me certain fights. I don't like forcing things. There's a couple live dogs in terms of the odds. If you guys want to play them, I'm not playing them. I know Giasov is a popular pick that some of you boys like, rightfully so. The Uzbek fighter has a lot of shine behind him. And the Cuban Flash, Frank Sanchez. I'm doing the tape on Frank Sanchez, and I'm watching his fights from 2020, 2021. He was an animal. That dude, the version of him in 2020 and 2021 was terrifying. Way more aggressive, sharper. Even his body optically looked different. He wasn't really carrying any sort of excess fat around his abdomen. And then I don't know. This version of him, he gets stopped against Ajit Kabiel in 2024. He's only fought 3 rounds since then. We know about the knee injury. He's kind of a I think it's a 50-50 fight. If you're on Frank Sanchez, take him now at plus 300. Kiki is a $1.28 favorite. I'm saying it right off jump, even though I think I'm taking Torres to win. I think those odds are super disrespectful. I brought this up in my breakdown. Maybe insider information. I don't know. Maybe something came out that Sanchez's knee isn't healed. I don't know. For Frank to be plus 300, that is crazy to me. That's absolutely insane. So that's where I stand. I still think Torres is pressure, volume, pace, the amount of punches he throws. I think it's going to be too much. When you're looking at Frank Sanchez, the last 4 years of his career, he averages 25 punches a round. You know what I'm saying? I think against KBL, he was throwing 25 around, man. That's not going to get it done against. If anything, Torres is going to drown him. Now, Sanchez isn't willing anymore to even get on his front foot. He's sort of taken this approach to just play the counter boxing game, sit back, wait to counter. I mean, Torres isn't going to give I don't expect off jump. Torres will be in his wheelhouse if he doesn't allow Sanchez to counter. He pressures him. He will be there to get countered because he's going to be on his front foot. When you think about a Mexican-style fighter, this is what people are talking about. Kiki Torres cuts the ring in half, boom, forces his opponent to fight out of one quadrant of the ring on the front foot. So it's an interesting matchup. It is. It's exciting. There's 2. I'm excited for the Torres-Sanchez fight. I'm super excited for the Catterall-Giasov fight. There's Golden Boy card we'll get into. There's a card tomorrow. Guys, we have fights in less than 24 hours. We haven't even spoken about it. I'll bring them up now. Pinned right there, guys, is a link to join our JSB Insider Discord. It's a couple bucks a month. If you're one of these guys who've been with me since day one, I appreciate you. If you want to support the channel in any way, if you want all my picks, if you want all my tickets, and if you want to become part of our community, click that link. I'll keep that pinned in the comments section. 5 minutes in, there's 30 of you in here. I'm going to start taking your questions. We're going to get into the odds. We're going to talk about the fights that are taking place tomorrow, I think, in Mexico. There's a kid in the top 20 fighting, and I don't know much about either one of these guys. I will have to phone a friend and ask you guys if you want to play these fights because a couple of them have good odds. Like the video as you come in. They call me John. This screen name, every time I see it, I think of me because my name's Johnny Stoffco. They call me Stoff John Stoff. They call me Saint. They call me Saint Florida John Stoffco. I don't know, mate. All right, Johnny. Does Golden Boy Promotions rob the B-side fighter like how they added yeah, Panthen. No, that Pacheco's fighting Panthen. Arudia is fighting Fulgham. I think Arudia. Look, anybody who fights Darius Fulgham is live. I don't rate Darius Fulgham, so. Do I put Golden Boy promotional cards in the same category as Top Rank? No. We see way more B-sides lose on Golden Boy than we do Top Rank. Luke, hi Johnny. Who do you reckon wins? Did you see my prop I gave away, Luke? So I put it in the Discord. Guys, if you're new to the Discord, I want to make an announcement. Look, our Discord is like a family. You know what I'm saying? Even though we have 500 VIPs in there, we have one rule. Our one rule in the Discord is don't be a dick. Don't swear at people. Don't cuss people out. We're not in there to compete with each other. We are a team. So we have moderators in the Discord to where if you're swearing, if you're talking shit, if it's mean-spirited, you're gonna get silenced. So don't do that. Our Discord is filled with professional bettors. There's fathers, sons in there. There's women in our Discord. So act like a gentleman, okay? And if you don't, we have moderators to handle that stuff. Who do I think is going to win the game? I have a prop parlay. So go to the NBA channel. You'll see my prop. It's a Cowboy. It's a plus 3,000. We were one prop away from hitting a plus 2,000 yesterday. But that's how it always is. What's up, Toya? Peralta and Giasov are definitely live. Frank Sanchez would be too, but his knees are... Yeah, I agree. The three fights I broke down, and coming from my perspective, because I'm the talking head, I'm the most vulnerable one. You know what I mean? Like whoever's creating content wherever you are and putting your face to it, you're vulnerable. But that's why we play the game. It's a little bit dangerous. All three fights I broke down could go either way. I'm not confident in any fighter, ever. I'm never confident in any fighter, though. You guys know that. I think there's Yamil Peralta, the Argentinian fighter. I think that's a close fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Catterall versus Giasov, I think that's the one I'm most comfortable with. I think Giasov has been manufactured, and I of the three fights I broke down, 100% most confident with Catterall beating Giasov. So, but Sanchez, the knees. There's questions on Sanchez. There's, people sleep on, like, Kiki Torres has some good wins, dude. I broke this down in my breakdown. It's not, even though he's only, my issue with Kiki, he only has 44 pro rounds. 44 pro rounds, 14-0, 12-0, 14-0, 12 knockouts, has the win over Guido. Guido's a B-level fighter. It took him less time to stop Terrell Herndon than it did Deontay to stop Terrell Herndon. I'm not using that as an argument. And then he has a good win over, I brought this up in my breakdown. Kiki Torres. I'll bring it up. I'll just show you here. So in 2023, Torres beats. In 2024, Torres beat a 14-0 Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore since then is 19-1. So I think that Brandon Moore victory, and I highlighted it. I didn't go too in depth. I highlighted it because I think that's a good victory. I think Brandon Moore at 19-1, that victory is aging well. I think the Guido Vianello victory is aging well. Now, when you look at Sanchez, I think Sanchez's best version was 5-6 years ago. So that's where I stand on there. Hey, Johnny, my book took down Torres Sanchez early in the week and then put the fight back up with much wider odds. I think so, man. Brandon Veed, shout out, brother. If you haven't watched my prediction, I mentioned this. I think it should be mentioned. People might know something. There's always insider information in terms of camps whispering somebody's in camp. Like, there's no reason a 100% healthy Frank Sanchez should be a 3-1 dog against Kiki, just based off of experience. You know, I don't think Kiki Torres wasn't that big of a favorite against Guido Vianella. Top Rank originally rejected the fight, but then they accepted it. Considering it's Top Rank, they probably accepted the fight for a reason. These are valid points. Keep that in mind. These are very valid points. Eddie's dropping dimes out here. Did you see Kiki Sanchez no dis? So I'm the one, you know, I'm rolling the dice on that one. What I like to do is align when I'm doing my money line predictions. This is what I always do. If you, I've never spoken about this, but when you look at when my money line predictions line up with my prop predictions. So, for instance, because it just happened last week, my money line prediction was Michael Gomez Jr. to beat Lee McGregor. That was my money line prediction. But my prop prediction was based on the path to victory. Michael Gomez Jr. being too big, too much power. The fight was at 135, not 126. So logically, I'm taking Michael Gomez Jr. to win by stoppage. So if you guys ever question, my logic for props always is congruent with my money line logic. So with that being said, my money line logic on Kiki is to swarm Sanchez, pressure him, put him on the back foot, out volume him, break him down, and then stop him. So I'm playing the plus money stop. It is plus money. It's a risk. The points is where the chalk is. The sharp bet is the stoppage. And Kiki's not a one-punch guy. Kiki's a swarmer. So with that being said, as long as he's out in front, which we've always seen him out in front, the stoppage will be live. Andy has 2 extra rounds to work. It's a 12-rounder. I think it's his first 12-rounder. You mix that with Sanchez's, I think he's deteriorating. And I didn't use that adjective in my breakdown because I didn't want to be disrespectful. I don't like using words like degrading, deteriorating. Go watch Frank Sanchez from 2020, 2021. I think, who was it? Was it Josh Howard? The fight just, Brian Howard. If you watch Sanchez from 2020 against Brian Howard, Howard was 15-3. Sanchez stopped him in the 4th. And then Howard, never won another fight, retired 15-6. Bro, that version of Frank Sanchez was scary. Relentless, fast, sharp, aggressive, seek and destroy. It's not the same guy. So all in all, that's my alignment for the prop. I'm playing Kiki by stoppage. And that has a lot to do with my ethics. So I don't know. I don't follow many nobody gets every bet right. This is for all the newbies because our channel is constantly growing. If you're new to the channel, the one thing you will always know about me is whatever bet I'm laying, I'm using my logic and ethics. Ethics matter when you're betting. This is why consistently, the bigger picture, we consistently win. Our percentage of winning is high. I have my system, what I see, the logic, and then the ethics of my pick. So you never want to use emotions. And I had to check myself on this one because I always do my best, and sometimes it's hard to remove my emotions from my pick. Sometimes I like fighters. I always use the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford bet. I was a massive Errol Spence Jr. fan. When those two fought, my heart was with Errol Spence Jr. because of all the things he had been through. The car crash, all that good stuff. And I wanted him to win. But I bet my money on Terence Crawford to win. I just thought it was a bad matchup. And I felt like where Bud was trending and the energy Bud was bringing, I felt Bud was going to be too much. And it worked. And this is why I always say, bet with your wallet, not with your heart. It's also why I'm taking Tim Tszyu to beat Errol. I said that yesterday on my live. It's not I know you guys aren't excited about that. You guys are like, oh, he lives in Australia. That's why he likes Tszyu. No, that's definitely not why I like Tszyu. I just think at this time, at this stage, at this version, that version of this Errol we're going to see is a guy nobody's seen before. His name is the same name. The name is recognizable, but it's going to be a totally different guy. And Tim Tszyu, even whatever you judge him on, he's gonna handle this new version. So I had to check myself with the Kiki Torres bet because I'm a fan of Torres. I like Torres as a prospect at 26 years old. I like how he's undersized. I like how nobody expected him to win a medal at the Olympic Games. I like underdogs. Torres is an underdog. He doesn't do anything exceptionally gifted. He's smaller. He always has, he's gonna have a 2-3 inch reach disadvantage. He's gonna have a 2 to 3 inch height disadvantage. And I had to make sure I wasn't picking Torres just because I like Torres. No, I'm picking Torres based on what I've seen. Frank Sanchez method of victory would be catching Kiki coming in. Yes, this is it. This is the play. Kiki coming in, but that's not something to worry about when he can't move. He can't go side to side, man. It's all here. And Torres playing that southpaw. There's a lot to deal with. I'm heartbroken with the deal. I'm not getting into basketball yet. I'm not talking about basketball today, even though I got the hoop. We'll save the end of the stream for it because the game two out west starts in about an hour, and I do have action. Let's stick to boxing. But we could chat. What do you got? What does it mean when you guys say sold? This is a word I'm not savvy with using the word sold. I understand they blew it. They were up 22, 44-11 run. They left Harden in there. Atkinson should have called a timeout a couple different times. It was almost like a humiliation ritual. I saw it coming, man, with 7.5 minutes left when Jared Allen missed the pair of free throws and then Harden splits the pair and then they call that bullshit foul on Sam Merrill that didn't exist. I was like, this shit is turning and we're not going to be able to get the momentum back. And anyway, what is Cavs sold bad yet? Sold? Is that the right word you want to use? The Discord live bets are a money glitch. Yo, hey, Andre gets it. Andre gets it. Kiki Torres wins against Guido. It was unbearable to watch. I don't think so. I like that win. We just have different eyes. I picked Torres on the money line. Even though I picked Torres to win by knockout, I lost my prop bet. I thought he did. Dude, Guido Vianella is a tricky one, man. That was a great victory for Torres. Hey, Johnny, too many questions with Sanchez. Injury status, age, activity. Torres trending up, so see him winning on work ethic, activity, but he's really susceptible to being time jump. Yeah, that's... We at least know the narrative, boys. You know what I mean? My job is done then. Because people, you guys are... My job is to purvey the message, to be a conduit of what's going down. I give you my picks, and you can follow them if you want. But the longer you're here, the more you'll understand what we're really doing here. My job is to tell the story of the matchup. What the better could expect with the matchup. I think that's my strength. Do I get them right a lot? Yeah. Do I get them wrong sometimes? Yeah, everybody does. But it's up to you guys to take the story of the matchup and then you make your decision and live with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes this fun. This is the game we play. We're playing a real live action game here with the best sport in the world. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even know, dude, they don't even know we exist. We know more about sometimes going into these fights, our team probably knows more about the fighter's opponent than probably the fighter. That's how educated our chat is. But whether it's me or somebody else in our Discord, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all think Jamal Herring wins? Damn, shout out to Jamal Herring with his BK. My boy has a win over Jamal Herring. Shout out to my boy Action Jackson. Perth boy, Action Jackson, won a decision over Jamal Herring in boxing. I didn't know Jamal's doing bare knuckle. It's insane. Paulie Malignaggi, he's motivating the boys to get back in the ring. Frank Sanchez during COVID could have possibly given it to... Bro, COVID Frank Sanchez... Damn, yeah. 2020, Frank Sanchez was a freaking animal. How did he degrade so much? You think it's just the knee? I know a lot of content creators, and it's fun for us to say, and we're clowning all the time about how he's probably 58 years old. But you got to think, I mean, even if if he's 33, that's a hard 33. Because that means that I am 11 years older than him. That's a hard 33. I feel like if Sanchez would win, it would be by stoppage. Yes, 100%. Let me pull this out. I agree with you. If you're on Frank Sanchez, take him by stoppage. But Kiki has a chin on him, dude. Torres could take a shot. Okay, so this is my play. Wow, dude. Somebody knows something. Look at this shit. Somebody knows something. Because I got Torres, guys, Torres by knockout isn't even plus money anymore. That's absolutely insane. I placed our bet. I gave this to the VIPs 2 days ago. Plus 120. It was only 2 days ago. Plus 120 for the stoppage, and the points were chalk. Now points are plus 280. That is insane, bro. I think they know something. The only somebody knows something. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with my Kiki pick. But when you're looking at stoppage and points, generally we will see money lines go like this. If money's coming in, money's going out. Very rarely do we see prop lines going like this. That prop line, let me remove that comment. Brendan Vita, I appreciate you. This prop line right here, 2 days ago was $1.80. And now they flip-flopped. I mean, what? Richard Torres just all of a sudden has one-punch knockout power? No. Sanchez's mobility is going to be a thing. His knee's not 100%. I feel comfortable with my pick. That's insane. Those prop lines shifting like that is wild to me. Brandon Veed, I'm playing no distance as a hedge. I like it. But, dude, if you like Sanchez by knockout is plus 775 now. Why not do a little sprinkle dinkle? Pay dinero in the house. Pay my man some money out here. Bury him, the big fella. Kiki has a total of 44 rounds under his belt. We'll find out about his gas tank and temperament in this fight. Will he continue to run in when he's getting countered? Valid. This is what makes our sport the best in the world. We get to watch in real time. Bury him. He looks very shaky when fighting. He looks like he has to be in one specific range. I said this in my breakdown, though. I said that the thing, like, Sanchez could fight it all three. Sanchez is skilled. I'm still shocked by the prop odds shifting like that. That's absolutely crazy. Frank said he's ready on the gram. Tagged Eddie and the team. And McGee like reset. Hey, man. In due time, brother. In due time. Either they know something or a lot of people jump. I don't, Eddie, you think, I mean, are we, you think, I don't, do you think people listen to us as much? I mean, our group is only like 500 people. And even of our 500 people, our VIPs, I would say maybe 50% listen to me. So let's say 250 people listened to me and jumped on the knockout. Would that be enough to shift? This is a big fight. This isn't like a domestic level South African fight where sometimes our group and a couple other groups are the only ones betting on it. It could be. But, Torres isn't like a big puncher. He's swarming you. The stoppage made sense and makes sense to me based off of the swarming style and the lack of mobility for Sanchez. That makes sense to me. I want everybody to know I'm not taking Torres to stop Sanchez because he's this dominant power puncher. That's not it. Remember, my job is to tell the story of the matchups. That's the story. So I'm playing the swarmer versus the guy with lack of mobility. Not gonna lie, I might play Usyk 6-12. This is the time. Come on, Eddie. By now you should be already dug in, big dog. I guess if you're in Eddie, if you're in North America, it's only Wednesday. You got a day. Like it's my Thursday. I'm already dug in. I'm 1 through 6. Depending on how he looks in the scales, mentally you must feel you got this in the bag when you beat AJ Dubois Fury. Do you think Torres most punches thrown? Yeah, 100%. Torres most punches thrown. I like that. Torres money line. I like that. And I like it. Is that even money? Yes, that's a good bet, Luke. I like that. My betting app doesn't allow me to parlay props, but these are all part of the narrative. Torres is he's gonna out volume and out punch him. I have him winning on the money line, and I think it's when he finds that stoppage, it'll be late. Band of boys, the line shifters. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Hey, I'm gonna pull up these fights that just appeared today on my timeline. Let me know if any of you guys know anything about these matchups. Are you guys getting these fights on your books? These fights go down in Mexico. I was looking at the matchups. Jonathan Santiago versus Sergio Sanchez. I mean, are we betting at our own risk? Because I don't have a dog yet this week. And I was like, is Sanchez my dog? I got to do some film study. And then another one, Lardzabal versus Mama. Karku. So I've watched Karku fight. Karku's a Mongolian fighter. So they call him Enki Karku. Enki Karku is a Mongolian fighter. He's fighting a Mexican in Ibarra Herrera. Enki Karku, this fight is built for Enki Karku to look good. So I don't think he's on upset alert. It's this one. And look, these fights are tomorrow at 10. So this time tomorrow in our Discord, we're going to be watching boxing. Just so have a look. I might do a DGen Mexico 4-legger. I'm probably going to do that. So not everybody is going to get these fights. So I got to do film study on Santiago. Lardzabal will beat Mama. Enki Karku will win this fight. Tristan Kelkruth. Oh, no, my bad. There's 2 fights tomorrow. So maybe of these 2 fights, let's see Sergio Sanchez. Let's see what he looks like. So this guy's the underdog. All right. I mean, 25 pro fights. I like it. 110 pro rounds. He's the plus money dog. Mexican fighter, 5'9" Orthodox kid. Fights at super feather. I'm gonna do film study. I'm just bringing your attention. If your books have this fight, have a look at it. Sergio. He got stopped against Rafa. Ah, you guys remember him? He was tall. This was 2 years ago. Yeah, he's 5 foot. He's listed at 5'10". This is the kid who came out looking sharp and then he fell apart. So he's fighting. Damn it. They don't match him easy in Mexico, do they? He goes from fighting Rafa and getting stopped in the 4th to fighting a kid who was 25-1. And he was coming down to fight Rafa. It looks like he's a natural 130. Jonathan Santiago. I do remember watching him fight Rafa. And there were in early days of that fight, I was thinking to myself, wow, he's technically sound. BoxRec needs to get their BoxRec's pop-ups are absolutely ridiculous. It makes me pull my hair out. So this is Santiago, 21-1, 18 knockouts. 5'8", 22 years old. Another southpaw. Who's he been fighting? Who's his best win? I mean, he's knocking guys out in the first round. 13-2, 13-12. He went 10 rounds with Quintana Sanchez. 11-0, 13-9, 16-18. This is his third 10-rounder. Who'd he lose to? He lost to Luis Nunez 4 years ago in a close fight. I'm gonna do some film tape on this. Let me see if you. Let me know if you guys, if your books are getting this fight. Let me know if your books are getting this fight. I want to know your take on it. The fight goes down tomorrow. I might do a sneaky breakdown. You think it'll be yeah, a swarming stoppage, knockdown prop. We'll see. Johnny, how confident are you in your prop of the week for Aaron? What am I missing? Nathan, what are we talking here, bro? Salute, Johnny. Can you talk about Amari's fight? Okay, I will. So I'll bring it up. So I haven't, I'm not going to do a Stats Don't Lie video on somebody who's a 9-1 favorite. Okay? But I do have action. Yeah. I think this is what Nathan's talking about, and this is what Mags is talking about. Amari Jones, 16-0, 14 knockouts. He's a 10-1 favorite. This is his step up in opposition. Vincenzo Gualtieri is a former IBF world champion. I learned that last night on the live stream. Shout out to our chat. Guys, there's 43 to 53 of you in here. Could you like the video? Gualtieri might have had the shortest run in recent IBF history. He held the belt from, I think, the second week of July 2024 to the second week of August, and then he got stopped against Janibek Elmhanaleh. Only loss. I'm pretty sure it's his only loss. So he's an IBF champion, former champion. This is Amari Jones is going up against a former champion not too long ago. I'll bring up Gualtieri. Yeah, so Gualtieri's only losses to Janibek. And he's 33, so this isn't like he was a champion 10 years ago, okay? This is in the last 2 years. When did Janibek beat him? Yeah, so Janibek beats him in October of 2023. He wins the belt against Fasal in July of 2023. So my bad. He had an 8-week, 10-week run as a champion. He gets stopped against Janibek. Everybody gets stopped against Janibek. And then he's 4-0 since. UD, knockout, UD. Amari Jones, on the other hand, 58 pro rounds, young dude, great prospect, 24 years old, 16-0, 4 knockouts. I'm looking at recipes, okay? The recipe for the outcome, right? We have look, Amari could go in there and with his size, youth, and skill and get Gualtieri out of there quickly. That could happen, okay? But when I'm looking at the recipe of a fight, when I'm looking at why is this fight made, okay? People have a lot of hopes. There's a lot of people who like this young fella. I'm one of them, right? He's a fun guy to watch. If you have a guy, if you think you have something in a fighter, you want to move them in a specific way, okay? The recipe, remember I said that. Let's look at how they've been moving him. A, this is his first 12-rounder, right? B, he's fighting a former world champion that's probably still in the back end of his prime. You lose once to Janibek, but Janibek did pop for gear. So was Janibek juicing this entire time? Is Janibek a product that was misrepresented to us as fans? Has he been cheating this entire? I don't know. But the truth is, he got popped for gear. Was he on gear against Gualtieri? If that's the case, you remove that loss. Gualtieri could still be a champion. You're fighting a guy in Amari Jones who's never fought a 12-rounder, stepping up like that's a big step up. Who's he beating? Luis Arias, 22-6. Shady was 14-2, 12-3. He goes the distance with Kyle Lamoti a year ago. Like, I've watched Amari Jones sometimes cruise. Like the Kyle Lamoti fight. He won every single round. He was just cruising. That was a frustrating one to watch because we picked him to win by stoppage. Okay. Nothing. 8-rounder, 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 10-rounder, 10-rounder. And now here's a 12-rounder. So Amari Jones's team is banking on the fact that Gualtieri is just there to get a payday. They're banking on the fact that Amari Jones is going to be able to put a former world champion on his resume. How old's Amari? 24 now? 25? At 24 years old, to get a former world champion who's only been defeated once by Janibek to kind of say, hey, Janibek stopped him, I stopped him. I don't think Amari I don't think Amari, he's not done growing yet in his game. There's a lot of holes in his game. I feel that he has a long way to go to reach his pinnacle. He's a young kid, and 160 pounds, 24 years old is a baby at 160 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those divisions. It's a grown man division. So I like the points. The recipe, from what I've seen watching fighting my whole life, is that Gualtieri's coming in as a former world champion, knowing that he's a 10-1 dog. He feels super disrespected. He's the former world champion. He's the B-side. He's coming in super prepared for this fight. And I think with all of those ingredients, the recipe for points at plus 230 is there. That's my reasoning. That's my logic. That's my ethics. So I like Amari on points here. Let me rephrase. How confident are you in your breakdown for the decision? Kingdom. What up, player? Tell him don't bet. Why are you worried? Well, a lot of people worry. Cats always ask about how confident I am. Could you imagine? That's why I say I'm never confident. How confident. People, I'm getting my emotions gatekeeped. Nah, Nathan's my boy. Kingdom, you're my boy. Does May Solomon get stopped at 440? That might be another value play. Shout out to May. You know, I'm friends with May. She was a plus 600 against Jazzy and was getting her ass beat against Jazz. She was getting beat up against Jazzy Parr to where there were a few moments where I thought the ref was going to stop it. Her eye, and then out of nowhere, Jazzy Parr has like an adrenaline dump. You see her inexperience, and she collapses and falls apart. And May Solomon, like the veteran, just stayed on her game plan and just got her out. It was amazing. It was one of the best comebacks of the year for Australian boxing. And that fight propelled her to this fight. She is in way over her head. I think I call it a level stoppage. Levels, you know, because it was just in recent memory. Think Sam Gilly versus Aston Brown. Even though Aston Brown was 9-0 with 9 stoppages, you guys said he was going to win. I said there'd be levels. Even though Sam Gilly's not a one-punch guy, I said this could be, and we got him at plus 600. I think we could see a level stoppage. I think we could see one of these, a standing one. I really like that play. I wasn't getting the prop, though. Oh, yeah. We got that prop now. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I would put, like, what do we talk about value? I mean, what fun is it? Like, Harut's decision on points, I think, as bettors, I think the best thing that could happen for us is May Solomon to have a come-from-behind victory as a plus 600 to knock out Jazzy Parr. I think that's great for us because then she gets propelled to this fight. You know, she's Egyptian descent. She lives in Australia. She has an Aussie accent. I think because of that, though, now, and Haruta only has 2 knockouts, the algorithm of whatever it is of making these opening odds, Haruta only has 2 knockouts. May Solomon is tough. She just won by knockout. I think she has 3 out of her last 4 wins or knockouts. Surely Haruta's not going to stop her. Haruta plus 340. I love that. I love that play. It is a female fight. I rate Haruta. She was Ring Magazine's Female Fighter of the Year last year. I think she's going to jump. Yeah, I really, really, really like that knockout play. It just seems to me the promoters want him to get the... Nathan, I need you to write in full sentences, big dog. Okay. It just seems to me, I think the promoters want him to get the stoppage, and I'm worried about the ref jumping. Which fight are you talking about? This is why you're a beast, bro. The breakdowns you do are crazy. 200 on decision is much. You're a beast, bro. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. Plus 850 straight bet lock. Kingdom, who are you talking about? No, they're not. No, they're not related. Sam, shout out to Sam Solomon, dude. Sam Solomon is an Aussie OG, boy. No relation. No relation. Solomon. I agree with the Amari breakdown. That's I've been seeing it too. Yeah, sometimes look, you guys. At the end of the day, if you ask me why I have a bet, you'll at least get my explanation. Okay, you'll at least get my. It's just what I see. If we hit that Amari on points at plus money, don't give me the credit. Give the chat the credit. It was I think it was Julius. Julius didn't say take Amari on points, but Julius said, hey, Gualtieri is a former world champion. I was the one who was like, surely he wasn't a full world champion. This was on our live stream. You can go check. And this is why I love our group. I love our community. We're filled with very smart, research-based fight enthusiasts. We're not casuals here. So when Julius said that, I pulled up the internet, and I was like, oh, shit. Gualtieri is a former world champion, and he's only 33. His only loss is to Elam Hunalay. I was like, oh, shit. So I'm playing that. And right after that, I posted it. I was like, I like this. Watching Gualtieri, jump 4-0 since. You weigh in the option of, the kid could easily be undefeated if that Elam Hunalay fight didn't take place. Amari, look, Amari at 24 won't be Amari at 28. Amari at 28 is a problem. Amari at 24 is a problem. He's still going through that maturation process of sort of figuring out his pro style, and there's lessons that are learned along the way. 10-1 favorite against a former world champion is absolutely diabolical. I mean, could somebody sprinkle Gualtieri at plus 1,000? Could Amari be on upset alert? I don't know. I'm taking him on points, though. I'm not trying to be one of those guys, man. I'm just trying to... Of course. Win, lose, I appreciate you. Nathan, beast. We got you, brother. Yeah, but look who May's been fighting. Got to look a little bit deeper. James Daly in the house. Look who May's been fighting. She stops Jazzy. Jazzy was 8-1. Jazzy's a kickboxer, by the way. She's the daughter of John Wayne Parr. Jazzy should have never been a plus 600 in that fight. She fights Prempira, who's 11-6. That's a Thai fighter special. If you guys don't know about Aussie domestic boxing, that's a Thailand special. We got Sarah Watt, who was 4-7, gets stopped. She fights was that Connie Brown, who was 2-1, won a split decision. There's just not a lot there. She's fighting in Haruta, the Ring Magazine Female Fighter of the Year. Like, Mizuki Haruta is fucking legit, dude. Remember what I said? Yeah, he did. He said she won't. You said May won't talk to you because you asked her on Instagram why she looks a certain way. What's up, Cody? This is the Gene Pacheco fight. Jean. This is the Jean Pacheco fight. Who's hitting me up? Huh? Yeah, I always think I always think Jordan Panthen is on upset alert. Let's pull up John Pacheco's box rec. We just watched him fight. He has that domestic British record, don't he? 10-2, one knockout. I don't know, boys. Yeah. I don't know, boys. I think Pacheco. I think they were like Jean Rivera. Let's add the last name Pacheco to your name to confuse people. Dude, Jordan Panthen didn't look that bad in his last fight. Why am I tripping? He looked better than I thought he was gonna look against Raul. Dude, we watched that fight. He gave Curiel a decent fight. Jordan Panthen actually fought better. The whole squad was taking Raul Curiel to stop Panthen, and the stoppage never came. So, back-to-back losses. No, I think Jordan Panther should run through him. Jordan Panther's not who I thought he was. I was thinking of somebody else. I was thinking of Jordan Panther fought Raul Curiel very tough. Tougher than we thought it was going to be. We thought Raul Curiel was going to steamroll him, and the stoppage never came. And I was like, what the hell? I was thinking I watched way too much tape. No, Panthen's probably going to stop this dude. I think Panthen's in good shape here. Haruta should, yeah, easy. I think I'm going to play Haruta. Oh, Haruta would handle 100%. Jazzy Part would never be in the ring with Haruta. Come on, guys. You gotta love the duck lips. Holla. That's that. If you guys know, if you live in Australia, that's that Gold Coast special right here. Queensland, the Queenslanders. um, yeah, she looked all right against Shotgun. I thought she beat Shotgun O'Connell, but she shot Shannon was like 50. Yeah, not a lot there. Haruta would handle her for sure. Can't find any tape of Checo fading Fulgham for sure though. Yeah, I don't ever. The only time I bet on Darius Fulgham was when I took Melikuziev to beat him. Why are the odds on Cat? Probably because they found out we did. I don't know. Let's check. So when I took Jack. Oh, I mean, it's just money coming in on Giasov. Not a lot. Jack was at $1.39. He's $1.45. I was thinking of DFG. I was thinking of Fulgham. What's up, Zan? Johnny, what do you think about Ryan Harris versus Jordan Fuentes? That's next week. We'll talk about it next week. I'm gonna put a bet in real quick though, just so you. Oh, did my bet has been voided, guys? I have to scramble real quick. My NBA prop was voided, so I have to hurry up and put. I'm gonna put together an NBA prop right now. What? Combine your remaining legs. Who got voided? Who got voided? De'Aaron Fox not playing. Fox is not playing, boys. I'm going to combine my legs. All right, let's do it. It went from 3,000 odds to 1,360 odds. All right, I'll make that play. Here's my new play, my new NBA prop. Jalen, it pays plus 1350. Okay. Jalen Williams to score 15. Wemby to score 20 and have 5 blocks. Steph Castle 15, 6, score 15, have 6 assists, hit 2 threes. Devin Vassell score 10, have 2 assists, 2 threes. Chet to grab 8 boards. Hartenstein to grab 6 boards. Let's go. 100 pays almost 8,000. That's a cowboy bet. But I am gonna play. Mizuki to stop May. I think I'm gonna play that. I can get him as high as $1.58. Play it. I think Catterall. I like that pick. It's a fun fight. No, I think it's Friday. US I'm on the joint. I'm not getting it. Let me check. Oh, there he is. Ask and thou shalt receive. He just popped up. I haven't thought about this. What do you like in this, Zan? Is Fuentes a lock here? Let's check. $20 years old, 5'5" southpaw, 6-2 knockouts. Damn, he's a young kid. His fight's not even showing up on his box rec. Look, man, I haven't thought too much about this. The fight's not even showing up on his box rec. Damn, he just turned over 2 years ago. Yeah, I would be weary of betting on 6-round fights too, boys. Just kind of what we're seeing lately. Let's see Reyneris Gutierrez, though. If this guy has 30 pro fights, so he only has 14 pro fights. A Nicaraguan fighter, 14 pro fights, 11-3, been stopped twice. What's that tell you? Coming off a stoppage loss. 100. Damn, they're bringing him up 3 weight classes. This fight's at his last fight, he got stopped at 105 pounds. Jordan fights at 118. Yeah, bro. This is crazy matchmaking. Bro, Jordan's team is bringing this kid up from 105 pounds. So if they're bringing him up from 105 minimum weight to fight at 118, and Gutierrez just got stopped at 105. Jordan Fuentes. No, he might not. He's not on upset alert, bro. I definitely disagree. That's not even watching film. Like, you got to look at the matchmaking, and they're bringing this kid up 3 weight classes. Just got stopped at 105 against a young 20-year-old southpaw in Fuentes. The fight's at 118. Yeah, I don't think so. No, definitely don't think so. D Fox is out for game 2. D Harper game. Yeah, that's what screwed me last night. The game 1 minute Oklahoma City was Julius playing again. Because I picked their 2 guard, the 20-year-old, to have good numbers. I forget his name. And Julian Williams was playing and it ruined the whole ticket. I thought it was the same class. No, you got to look deeper, big dog. That's why I'm here for you. We're a team. I got you. My bad. It's all good. The Spurs win tonight. It's over. Well, not for us. We're not Spurs fans. We're not OKC fans. We're betters. We get more we want a 7-game series so we get more action. We're fiends. We're out here fiending for some sugar. Guys, I got to wrap it up. You guys are the best. Watch the breakdowns, dude. Pay attention to the Patreon. I'm about to drop a ticket right now. Pay attention to the YouTube members post. You're about to get at least 2 more tickets. If you're in the Discord, check out my NBA prop parlay. If you're not in the Discord, what are you doing? Click the link that's pinned. It's a couple bucks a month. Become a Johnny Says VIP. I appreciate you. We got the best team in the land right here. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the stream. We got fights tomorrow in Mexico. Let's get this money.